everyone, this is Seraphira, and welcome to Life is Feudal, the MMO. So, besides being an MMO, Life is Feudal is mostly a PvP game, which, from what I'm hearing, most of the people don't like the PvP mechanics. I don't know. Maybe they're just a vocal minority. I'm not really a big fan of it myself. I've played PvP in other games. I don't know. I guess the medieval times were clunky, and it seems clunky. Let's just open this gate here. Let's just move down. So here we are. It's the middle of, well, actually the beginning of winter. So this character is an archer. I've got currently a trebuchet. So this seems normal. Okay, you load the trebuchet. Can't move while you're doing it. No, not a trebuchet. I'm sorry. An arbalest. So it's loaded. Now I've fired, so you have to bring it to bear, which is fine, and then let go. Cool. Awesome. Bullseye. That's fine. Now I'm loading again. No big deal. That I get. That seems fine for an MMO. Let's see. I should have a sword on me. So let's get rid of this shovel and load my sword. I believe I still have the skill to use this. Okay. So as you can see, these arrows around that as I'm walking up to this target dummy here. That's the way you're going to swing, which is it's fine. It's just you have to hit, and it's extremely fine. So yeah, if I went to first person, it might be better. But it just seems like I'm missing way too easily. It says you need to hit it with the sharp end of the stick. I get that, and I don't know why my field of vision is cutting off. My peripheral vision is cutting off the sword there. I don't understand that either. But that's kind of combat in a nutshell. So we're going to just leave that alone. This isn't really about combat. This is mostly just talking about, hey, here we are. This is what I've kind of been doing in this game. Alignment is a pretty big thing, and apparently I didn't pray hard enough. Alignment's a pretty big thing because if you get killed, you lose less skill points. So I'm going to hit the L key here. So this particular character is my hunter / procuration / animal / warhorse trainer. I have a character for each of these things. Now, in a perfect game, you would only have to be one of these things. You would probably specialize in one thing, and then you would use your points for other stuff. If you didn't want to go all the way to the final the 7 final skills, you could do other things, but I think if you're going to do warhorse training, I guess you could just specialize only in warhorse training, go 60, 60, 60, 100 here, and then spend other points wherever you wanted it. The thing is, you can only have 400 plus a little bonus for your intelligence. So yeah, this is my typical day here in Life is Feudal, twice a day. So it is considered December 3rd right now. I think the game day lasts a little less than 5 hours. Right now we need to be seeding the wild crops, which includes wheat, rye, barley, and oat. So in the territory we're in, we can sow barley in the territory next, which is where we're actually farming, we can sow rye. We also have wild potatoes going on here, and domestic flax. As far as trees go, we can gather from the hazel trees, which we actually have a few leading down this path. But we can seed apples. Birch are always in season. Mulberry trees are now in season, so that's good. I should probably try to seed some mulberry trees. Oak is now in season, and spruce is always in season. Right now, chickens are breeding, and we can harvest milk from cows and wool from sheep. So we'll see what we have going on, because this is that type of character for the last part, the animals. So I'll manage the coops here. I have not looked at this in quite a while, so you don't want this to get over 100. Preferably you want it lower. It's got 1 water left. I have been not doing a very good job of watching this lately. I'm eating the 67 animal. Okay, so we need 30 apples, and then it will be full. Now the chicken are probably going to be in just as bad a state. There is some eggs to harvest here. So yeah, again, this is a typical day for me in life as Feudal. Got a warehouse where I'm storing everything that we're gathering, which I will be putting the dung into. Now I got to get some more apples. I usually take out the least quality apples, so apparently we're up to 83 now. Okay, so I need 18. So what I'm probably going to do is eventually move the lower quality apples into the chicken farm, because I really don't care much about the chickens. I more care about the fur that the rabbits are creating when I harvest them. I typically wait for them to turn to old before I harvest them, but sometimes you just have too many rabbits going on. I guess I left in the warehouse, not in the coop. We don't have any old rabbits. We're getting there, I think, at age, is it 55 that the rabbits turn old? And you can only hold 20 in here. Once you start getting to 20, new rabbits just apparently die on birth. I don't know. I don't think it's that huge of a deal. Apparently, the horses are being diseased because we haven't cleaned that in forever. So I just got 56 dung out of all these horses here. So we got full, cultifull, and a regular horse. Let's just take the horse out and just let these grow on their own. We have no water at all. In the stable. Okay, let's get rid of the horse, put it in this. The only reason I'm taking the horse out is because I don't need it to age anymore. Not that it's a very high quality horse. I just need the room, and I don't need it eating all the food as well as the water and producing much more dung. I think at the moment I'm more concerned with quantity over quality with horses. Okay, 100. So I've got 55 food in here. It holds through 20. I don't know if we've got any straw in here to feed said horses. You can use apples, but I'm just kind of using straw at the moment. Well, we're going to be harvesting straw later, so So we've got 133 food. Okay, so it's not bad. The horses are going to do fine just now. Um, Typically, I have to check the animals twice a day. Again, wow, we had way too much dung in here. All right, so we're gonna kill this cow. It's an old cow. We're gonna slaughter it. We're gonna get a whole bunch of bones and meat and a couple hides. Here we go, and we've got again no water in here. All right, let's put all this junk away so I'm not walking like a zombie. Come on. Okay, so again, I throw the food. Yeah, it's a really good idea to throw, all this manure in here with all your food. That's usually a really good idea to do. Um, but apparently we don't realize that in the medieval times. So yeah, no harm, no foul. All right, let's get a bunch of water. We'll throw that in there with the cows so that they don't die of thirst. Typically, I like to keep 100 water in the stables over there. And then I fill the rest of the 320 space with food, which leaves us, so we only got 17 food in here. So I got the cows eating cabbages, which is one of the lower quality products that we're producing up there on the farm. Not like I don't have enough dung to upgrade it, it just takes a while. The way I'm doing it, it takes approximately well, it's every 3 days I think it takes for, wow, that's a lot of junk. Okay, so we're up to 30 here. So what I'm going to do is, there's not really a whole lot of this stuff. I'm just going to combine it all, and yes, I'm going to lose the regional cabbages. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing regional you can do with food. And if there is, I don't really care about it at this point in time with this low quality 28 of food. So where was I going? 28. Okay. So there's 100 food and 100 water in here. We're good. I can hold another 120-ish, but we're going to move on. So here are the barns. Again, got way too much. We've got a lot of old. I didn't need to do that twice. Let's harvest the wool. So I got 23 wool out of that. I've got 2 old beasts to get rid of, which will free us up some room. We'll also get us some more hides. So I'll show you in a second. That'll be drying over there. With the barns, I like to put in 60 water and 100 food. So we need to get a lot more water. So this well is now quality 100. All you have to do is just keep on pulling water out of it day by day. Okay, we'll stop for now. I need 30, 47. Okay, so we're good for the water, and then we've got over 60 food, so we've got half and half basically. That'll be fine for now. Again, let's put some junk away. I know they have this big old loading bar here, but loading the inventory just seems to take forever. Oh, this is Pigs are also diseased. I don't see any old pigs. So I think the pigs are typically my lower quality animal. Because really the only thing I need them for is hides, uh, which would be good to have higher quality. Again, we got no food in here. No food or water. Yeah, I've been working on school, been having a lot of things to do, and I just have not been on. If you have to do this twice a day, it's extremely a chore, especially when you have other real life stuff going on. I don't think you could take a vacation with this game. Even if you have, let's say, a guild of 10, not everyone's going to be available to be take care of your animals. If you're the only animal person, your animals are going to be screwed while you're on vacation. That's one of the things I really don't like about this game, is that you have to be on almost twice a day regularly to make sure that these things are going properly. And have been on in 2 days, and things are already going to shit. All right, let's just grab some crappy cabbages here. All right, this should be enough. Again, we're going to get rid of the regional, because I don't give a crap about regional cabbages. It's not at this point. And anyone who wants to raid me, yes, I don't care about regional cabbages. Come up to me, I'll give you my regional cabbages. Just ask. I don't care. Okay, so the animals are now taken care of. So now I move on to this part of the game. So I've got hides drying. I only have 4 at the moment. We can always add more. Typically, when I'm keeping up with this, the 4 is more than enough. Okay, let's go with the cow hides. Now, if I really wanted to, I could probably raise more animals, have more barns and whatnot, but at the moment, this is where we are. Let's pick this stuff up. So this is the side that I usually put my the hides. So we'll put some more hides in here. We took the hides out. We got thin leather from what was going on before. Now we're going to do some more thin hides. And we'll pick up this, which is flax fibers is what we had going on over here. Use. Okay. So let's go put this stuff in this warehouse. Do I have enough water? I don't know. We'll see. I guess I forgot to put the dung away. So I've got 9. Wow, these are really crappy stems. The stems I'm going to keep are the regional stems. Flax stems I'm going to keep. So I usually try to put them aside here. Those are actually useful for something. 32, that'd be 64, 90. I don't want to combine too much of this crappy stuff with other stuff because it just lowers the quality. So 26. Alright, so we'll just combine all this stuff, get 64. Let's take out 6. The better quality stems make it an even 70. Now I need 20 more. There's 10. I need 10 more. So that's a regional. Nope. Need 6. Okay. So these flax stems are actually quite heavy. I don't know if they're considered actually heavy or cumbersome, as in they're really hard to hold. But let's just start with the crap and put it over here. So again, typical day, twice a day for me in Life is Feudal is doing all of this. Now, if I am keeping up with it, these flax stems are usually gone with what I have harvested. What's wrong here? I'm out of water. Nope. There we go. All right. So there we are. So that's it for this character, what I do with twice a day. I could manage this a little bit better, but for now, I'm just going to cut back and I'm going to change to my farmer so I can work on the fields up there. And I'll show you farming in a second. So just hold on and I'll be right back. All right, we're back with the farmer character. So we'll head on up to the fields. So what is it season again? Wild potato and wheat. So what I'm going to do is just get a horse out because I want to come back. What I need to do is look for potatoes, and I'm going to switch my quality here. Come on, why aren't you? Let's close it. There we go. I don't know why I had to click that twice. It's hit sort by quality, and now I should have the better. Really, 21's the best quality. I should have 30 somewhere. I don't. So maybe those are up where we're preparing food. And yes, I am able to run while holding a horse. Which, I don't know. Whatever, it's a game. I guess we are only up to 20 quality potatoes. We're not doing so hot with potatoes. Sorry, didn't mean to say hot potato, but yeah, that's what I said. Okay, we'll have to go see. I can plant well, I actually can only plant 49 because I was experimenting with big potatoes. I think what I'm going to do is stop here for now. Well, not stop, but not get all the other. I don't need the dung. I'm going to go check the potatoes. I think we'll plant those first to get them out of the way, and then I'll harvest the rye. But let's go get some water because you need water to plant, you need 1 potato and 1 water to plant a potato. There we go. So I've been kind of holding back on the potatoes, not while we were getting enough animals to well, produce enough dung, basically. They're producing plenty of dung now, so I am usually able to fertilize every single field, but I was kind of holding back on the potatoes, so that's why they're not as high. I think everything else is in around 30, and then the rye is actually doing pretty well in the 60s. Okay, so this is the farm fields up here. This is flax. Over there is, these are the cabbages, which I harvested too late because of school. And here's our rye, which I will harvest in a moment. And over here is the potato field. So let's just check. We've got quality 20 potatoes. Let's see what level the soil is. I hit F3 if I want to see each individual space. Okay, we're at 21. So I'm just going to sow wild potatoes. And we'll just move on from there. And let's just hopefully assume that everything is at least 20. I think somebody else harvested the potatoes and then cooked them right away, so we lost, I don't know, a week or so because we didn't use the best potatoes to re-sow the fields. Either that or they're just stored somewhere else and I don't know where they are. So it's no big deal. We can catch up. It just takes this game is meant to be played in a feudal aspect, which means it's an extreme grind for every freaking thing you do. So as you can see, this is farming, and this is just one aspect of it. When we get to the rye, it'll be even more time consuming because I will fertilize first of all, I'll harvest it all, and it's going to take me a couple rounds to harvest it because I won't have enough strength to hold all of what's going to come out of that rye field. Rye and flax are typically pretty heavy crops. Then I will, after harvesting everything, I'll come back again. I will fertilize the whole plots just like I'm kind of doing now, and then I will run through again and plant the highest quality rye so that hopefully next time I have at least one quality better again, and then repeat the process every few days. So this is the potatoes. I think what I'm going to do after the potatoes is I'm going to do a little speed up thing here of me harvesting, running back and forth, me fertilizing, and replanting the rye. It's going to be a little time consuming. I will mark the time and I'm going to kind of show you just what 50 plots of farming does. Now I don't have a plow. I probably should make a plow. I don't know what that does for increasing speed of harvesting. I don't know if it increases speed for fertilizing. I doubt it, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked into it. I really should, because I don't know. As you can see, this is a lot of fun. Okay, I think this corner plot is the big potato. And I think it's only quality 19, so it's not like it's a big deal. Now, crops do not die in the winter, even though this is the winter season. It'll probably take, I don't know, a month of real lifetime to get through the winter. Did I just plant? Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I know what it was. I had an extra potato. So this potato is probably going to be quality 10. It's going to suck. Yeah, because that soil was such crap quality soil. The 20 quality potato I threw in there is now a quality 10. This one over here. Yeah, so everything else is quality 20. But because I brought that extra potato, I planted it in a little pathway, which I have not finished, which would have, if I would have finished it, would have stopped me from doing that. But oh well. We could use it for taming if we find an animal. Alright, whoop. Okay, so we're going to get on the horse. I'm just going to move it a little closer, and I'm going to harvest this, and I'm going to speed this up. So it is 8:31, and I'm going to start harvesting. There we are. That was about 15 minutes of farming just for this rye alone. Typically it might actually take me longer because I have to come back twice. I just left that one bag there from harvesting that last. I don't know how I was able to do that this time. I don't know if you noticed, but my sickle broke in the middle of harvesting, so I got to get rid of this sickle. We usually have a recycling bin to throw things into. But that is my typical work day, and life is feudal. Let's so the reason you wear a tabard is because it's easy that way. When you're having a guild battle, the tabard automatically takes on your guild colors. As you can see, we're kind of white and black. But unfortunately, it covers up all of your armor, which I think is usually actually pretty good. I don't think the viewing system of looking at yourself is very good, but yeah. So this is our claim. I'm not the leader of the claim, but I don't know. We're doing pretty good. There's a few of us. I think they're all at work. Some of them should be coming home pretty soon because they're on the European time. I'm currently in the U.S. There's a couple of us also in the U.S. It's just, yeah. And then we've also got another outpost out here along this mountain path. I think typically everyone makes a trade post first, so that's kind of what we got going on here, which I've got moving close with these walls. So yeah, here's our trade post area. But yeah, so that's kind of, I'm going to show what I'm going to do next, I guess, before we move on to some other stuff, is just kind of show how the claim has kind of progressed. So what I'm going to do is cut back to actually a few months ago, so then kind of show what the claim looked like. I think I've got 3 snippets from along the way, along those 3 months, of just kind of like a brief overview of the claim. And once that's done, I'll come back and maybe give you a little bit more of a tour. But for now, yeah, let's cut away to that. And I guess while that is playing, I'm going to go run and throw this stuff away. And I'll see you in a moment, guys. Alright guys, okay, so we're back. So that was kind of the overview from a few months ago. We take you from one side of the claim to the other. This is kind of the edge of our claim that we're working on walling in. You can see it just entered it with a little green flash. We need to work on this. This is what I will be working on after the video. But yeah, a little walled-in area, which I think you saw me run in while I was farming. So that's a little kind of a gatehouse there. What they call a gatehouse is mostly just a gate. At least as far as palisades go, it's just a gate. You did see the other gatehouse over by the trade house, which is over in that direction, which you can actually get into. I guess I could show you that really quick, but you've seen here the warehouses, the coops, the barns, and the stables. I just go up. I should probably try to pray again, but up here is our kind of a blacksmith and cooking area. It's always good to have, you know, your blacksmith area next to your cooking area because lead is an important part of everyone's diet. Okay, so that time it worked. My alignment increased. Yeah, always good to have iron and lead flakes flying into your food. Our housing area is up here. Got a couple of really nice houses. Our monument. And this is kind of an open area that we're going to be expanding with building, but we've expanded the walls up there. I'm not going to go up there, but that's something that's a work in progress. This whole thing is always going to be a work in progress. So, yeah, we're totally enclosed, but the game can be somewhat buggy. You can cheat your way through walls. I don't know why you would want to, but especially since it's really not that hard to get loot. Right? So I don't know. People just would PvP for that because they like to PvP. Again, I'm not a big fan of it. I've done PvP in other games, but not so much a big fan of it here. I've done it a few times. I've seen people with trebuchets, and actually mean trebuchets this time, where you know you're loading up these very large catapult type structures, except that they're trebuchets, and taking down castle walls. This game seems to become pointless after a period of time to me. It's cool building all this, and it looks really cool, and I enjoy it. It's a nice, I don't know, relaxing, as long as you're not, you know, fighting with other people, or I don't know, even sometimes arguing among your guild members. It always happens. But these are the tier 2 stone walls. We're building roads down the mountain here. But yeah, let's go over to the other gatehouse here. So yeah, there's kind of a little path to come up here. I mean, you always would like your people, the people you're fighting, to come up a path, and if you were fighting versus NPCs, you could probably make them do that. But you're fighting against players, so they're going to go find another weak spot, you know, anywhere else around your claim, and they're going to go in that way. They're not going to come the way you want them to. So, anyway, so maybe I'll show you one quick thing about terraforming, and then I'm going to end the video. But yeah, this is Life is Feudal, the MMO, which is very similar to Life is Feudal, the your own. It's just some extra things in the MMO that you can do, or slightly different things. Like on this side we have the maple trees, on the other claim we've got pine trees, and you need pine trees and maple trees to build those walls. Plus you need pine trees and maple trees to build certain weapons. But yeah. No, let's just go up this way. Just one gate this way. As long as I don't run into it. I think these gates are fairly buggy, in my opinion, the palisade gates. They don't open when you click on them, or close them. Especially they don't close them when you click on them all the time. So typically, most of my game day, after doing my farming and animal tending, is terraforming. I typically leave the armor building and the weapon building to the other guys. I definitely leave herbalism to the other people. Every once in a while I get on and gather some apples, but other than that, I think I'm doing enough with the farming and the animals that I don't know. And all this terraforming. So typically terraforming is picking up dirt or snow or rock or whatever it is from one location and moving it to another. And you'll see how little it is that you're actually moving. And of course, now that it's winter, it's kind of harder to tell where the actual dirt is because it's all covered in snow. But here we go. Lower the ground. And if I was doing this truly as a terraformer, I shouldn't have really anything on my inventory. I should have everything equipped that I need to have equipped. But this is what we're going to go with. I think I'll end up with 360 of fertile soil. It's just crappy 10 quality soil, because I just use that for terraforming. Okay, yep, I'm full. So I've got 360. Take it, get back on the horse. Now you could use carts, trade carts, to they'll hold 3,000, which means you can get approximately a little less than 10 of the loads that I'm carrying now. But the problem is, where I'm pulling up all that dirt, I can't get a cart back up the hill right now until I built a road. And seriously, I'd rather just have the wall up before the road, but again, I don't know. This is just what I'm working on now. I think a road will be next after I've got everything enclosed, which does not include just this. The other thing is, I'm building this wall area, but these things are not quite grown and I need to cut these down, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to go from 1066 and we'll see how much further we can get this up. I need to bring it to, I think, 1066.8. I don't even know if we're going to go up like 0.3. Typically 30 will bring you up 0.1 at a time, but as you can see, it's falling down the slope at the same time, so you have to fill in those spots as you go. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to 0.3. There we go. So that's terraforming. Yep, I need to get this to 66.8. And then this will be flat enough for another wall, and then we'll just continue it along this path. So that's terraforming. Let's just go look over the rest of our claim here quick. It's just not it's not utilized yet. But all this area down here, say where we're kind of terraforming and we're thinking about building walls and we're just trying to figure out how to best get things going, and how best to make this tiered. A lot of the people who are down in the valleys and such, or up on the other hills, it's a little easier for them. Everything is much easier to become flat. Like that area seems a little bit more flat. We decided it'd be, well, defensible, and also kind of pretty as you're making it a tiered. You got a tier up there, you got a tier next down, and a tier next down, and then maybe a bottom tier there of buildings and things. And then as we expand, we'll keep on tiering out walls and buildings and such. I know that's kind of what we decided. It's going to take an extremely long time. There's the trade house over there. The walls have not loaded around it. I don't know. This is just a viewing the distance thing. But there it is. So this is Life is Feudal, guys. I don't know how many videos I will make. And now the walls appeared. Because it's a lot of the same thing. If you want to see me get on and tend the animals and tend the farm and throw dirt around, sure, I'll do that for you. But it's a very tedious game. I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but this is grinding in tedium to the max. I don't know why I like it with all that involved, but I do. I don't know if it's just the building the castle that intrigues me, but I don't know. It's just it has its moments. It's kind of peaceful up here on the mountain, just looking around, and every once in a while we get someone come up here and either they take us out or we take them out. It's no big deal. Whatever. So yes, that is Life is Feudal, guys. I'm going to change actually from my farmer to a terraformer type character. Doesn't really hold much more, but it's able to do the building, and I should probably start filling in these walls. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, as always, really guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. All right, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you later.